Hey, what's up, guys? So this is going to be a new series that I'm introducing. It's kind of a free flow style of video where I talk about squad leader concepts, the meta, tactics, and strategies. And yeah, we'll just kick it off with this first episode here. We'll be talking about tickets and pressure. Now, I feel like this is something that a lot of squad leaders don't take into consideration, is how to view tickets properly. So I feel like a lot of squad leaders and a lot of general players in squad at this moment in time feel like tickets are the end-all be-all of squad. And that is true to a certain extent. You know, you do lose the game if you run out of tickets, and it is always generally better to have more tickets than the enemy team. But you have to understand situations where pressure and momentum take priority over tickets. Sacrificing tickets and bleeding through tickets fast and burning through tickets fast to get more players on the field, to win key engagements, to push the map and push the momentum in a favorable direction. Now, what I mean by this is having players give up and recognizing as a squad leader, when do I tell my squad to give up? When do I tell them to just burn through the tickets, run back, and just keep fighting instead of waiting for medics? And I feel like there's a lot of key moments that can be lost or won by this concept. So I guess we'll jump into a scenario and I'll kind of paint the picture of how ticket bleed can affect an entire match. So let's assume that we're on a 3-flag map. Let's say Fool's Road Skirmish, and both teams are meeting at the ammo depot, which is the central flag. If one team decides to burn through tickets and have their players respawn, and the other team decides to have their players wait for medics to try to save those early tickets, the team that is burning the tickets will have more pressure and more bodies into the firefight, and therefore most likely win that engagement at ammo depot. Now what this does is it sets the pace for the entire match, because once that central flag is taken, you have priority as the offensive team to make the plays and make the decisions that you want to make. It's no longer a reactive game for you. You have the initiative and you can decide the pace of the game. Now, looking at this on the ground level and what it looks like soldier to soldier in that firefight and numbers wise. So if we have a 9-man squad versus a 9-man squad and we drop 2 of their players and they drop 2 of our players. Now let's assume my squad is the squad that is giving up. That means these 2 players will be back in the fight in 20 to 30 seconds, depending on how close the rally or FOB is. Now let's assume that their 2 guys are waiting for medics. Now it could take up to 45 seconds, it could take maybe a minute for that medic to get to them. And that's not even a guarantee that that medic will be able to survive and get to them. And that's another body, so you technically have 3 people down on that side that is deciding to save their tickets. And this number gets exponentially larger the more people you have down, because you're relying on the medics to do their job and not get killed. Whereas if you don't think about the tickets as saving them that early on, and you decide to burn the tickets and rush back into the fight with your squad, you get that priority, you get that kind of snowball rolling, where you have this kind of supply system that's allowing you troops back into the fight a lot faster at the loss of early tickets, which is fine, because if you win that center engagement, if you win that key engagement, then you set the pace for the entire game. So I think it's very important that squad leaders realize that, you know, tickets aren't the end-all be-all of squad. It's very important to realize, hey, you know, maybe we should get more bodies back into the fight rather than, hey, you know what, just wait for the medic, don't lose any tickets right now. So I think that's a very important thing that you have to keep in mind as a squad leader. It's even more important if you're playing competitive, because competitive play is all about momentum and all about keeping that pressure up and recognizing when medics are not going to be effective. Now, of course, another big part of this concept is recognizing which engagements are the key engagements to burn tickets on and to push the fight and to escalate that timeline with the giving up and respawning of players. So that's a whole nother concept of like recognizing if you're in a key engagement that could win or lose the match or push the flag or not, to push and change the momentum of the entire match. Usually some big ones are flags that are the central flag of contention where both teams are fighting over a single flag, those are usually the kinds of flags that you want to just say, burn the tickets until we get the majority of the caps. And then you can kind of set the pace. You can go defensive, you can save tickets at that point because they have to come to you. But you have to understand that burning tickets early can help you in the long run. And you have to be able to analyze and kind of understand which situations to employ this kind of concept. Because if you employ it incorrectly, you're just burning through tickets faster. And that comes with practice and, of course, with experience. But this is, I guess, just a video to help players understand that kind of concept of trading tickets for pressure, and that tickets aren't the end-all, be-all of a squad match. So I hope this video helped. Let me know what you thought, and we'll see if we continue this series. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.